Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy, and I'm going to give you an update on my progress with the Weaver's Oracle here. So even though it's no longer I did this for January, there were things left still to do, and there will still be things left to do. But I have chipped away at the work I wanted to do regarding this deck, and the most recent thing I did was come up with common, well, they're not 100% common, but you know, relatively common. um, and some of them are extremely common names for these ladies instead of having them be the, this must be for the other one. Oh, so that's one nice thing about this great big box is it does fit one of these notebooks in it quite readily. Yeah, names instead of the dissolving woman or whatever. I'm just giving them names. I'm what to me is humanizing them. And I will say this, I did try going through this and finding one sentence to go, from this one sentence or phrase or whatever to go with each card, and it wasn't working. I don't relate to this. I don't have any problem with it per se. I just don't relate to it. And so I'm just going to let that be. I'm going to let it be what it is. But I'm going to share with you the names I've given these ladies because I just found sort of an uncommon delight. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's because it does make them more relatable to me. And believe me, as I'm recreating meanings for these, I went to Italian folk tales, and there's some pretty bizarre stuff that goes on in Italian folk tales. So that it's not like I've turned them into the the corporate manager on the corner. Not that we have any of those on any corners near me, but um, but yeah, or the person who works, in my case it would be the person who next door who works at a chicken plant. I haven't. They're not going to end up being that. They're going to just have. They're just going to have meanings, I think. So I've gathered from Italian folk tales and I gathered from poetry. Just things that I'm going to take from those bits that I've gathered, and I can show you that, and from the dictionary, so I just essentially have taken notes, and from those notes, I'm going to come up with a meaning for each card. So, like I said, the journey is by no means done. And I'm putting the names of these in pencil because they may yet change. So this is kind of what I started and ended with. And what I did was, there's 52 cards, and there's, the alphabet is 27 letters, so that would make 54. Take out, so that's divided into two, so I just did A, B, C, D, E, F, G down the page, and I thought, well, what I need is 2 for each letter. And then Q, I'm going to give up on Q right away, and so that eliminates 2 of them. So, but what I found is that when I started going through, and I would pick a card, and then I just looked down the list of names, and sometimes it was just immediate. I mean, sometimes I didn't even have to look down the list, and it's like, I know which one that is. And others, and this is one of them, I just put at the bottom of the deck because it's like, nothing quite seems to fit. I'm going to wait till the end and see what names are left and then go from those. And what I did with most of the ones that turned out that way, that I wasn't quite getting, is I just let my intuition guide me, or as I was looking at the face, I didn't look at my list, but I went down the alphabet in my mind. Just A. Is she an A name? Is she a B name? Is she a C name? And that sort of thing. So because a lot of these names are so common, I could see how some people would have trouble. Even I did. My best friend's name is Lisa. Best friend from ages ago, from lifetime friend. But I don't see her or talk to her, interact with her very much at the moment. I'm sure because it's the way great friends are, that will all come back around in time. But her name is Lisa, and for goodness sake, the most fearsome, I think, weaver in the deck is Lisa, and she's nothing nothing like my friend that I can discern, so it's not. So when I was giving people, their name, and of course I've known many Lisas. I have a cousin named Lisa. One of my co-workers was named Lisa in my previous job. So I've known many Lisas. And I think that keeping them common, like one of them is named Mary. Well, probably one of the most common names ever. And so I'm not attaching the prior associations. To me, that's one of the nice things about a common name, is that you've probably known, or I've certainly have known, potentially a number of different people with that name. And so any associations, to me, that opens you up. It's like I might have had associations with the name Lisa when I was 10 years old because of my friend Lisa, although probably by the age of 10 I would have known other Lisas as well, not to mention my cousin. And but then, as you go on through life and you meet dozens, you realize that you have to let go of any, Lisa is that person and Lisa is this person, and they may be completely opposite. So I think that, yeah, the two things cancel each other out. You might have an association with that name that would be counter to what the weaver ends up representing. But by the same token, if you've known many of that kind of person, then hopefully you have disregarded any singular association with that name. All right, so I've rambled. Let's just get on with some names here. I think I'm going to ramble a little bit more. My happiness with giving them common names is part of my own enjoying connecting with the mundane. I've wished that and just this weekend, I was wishing that I had a deck that was just like bills, doing the laundry, doing, just really mundane things. It's like, what should I prioritize today? And I asked the deck that, what should I prioritize today? Because there were a number of things I wanted to do. There were a number of things that needed to be done. And of course, there's always limited time and energy. And what came up was the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I can take that as bills or things related to money. The Hermit, which was looking toward the page. And it's like, examine these things, Jennifer, examine, so to me, that's like doing the books, taking a look at your financial situation. In my case, it was actually, I still needed to do a bunch of sorting of old records. And so that's what I ended up doing. So I can make it fit with a regular tarot deck, but it's like my life is really mundane. And I actually don't dislike that. So this is Gretchen that you've been staring at for 8 minutes, 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes now. This is Gretchen. And I haven't come up with meanings yet. That will be the next phase, and will be a long phase, so who knows when that will be finished. And hopefully I won't end up abandoning. This is Wanda. This is Wanda. Misty. And again, I've written these in pencil because I don't know if I will keep these names or if other names will suggest themselves as I come up with meanings. Ina. And in this deck I have an Ina and a Nina, and I have a Bonnie and a Connie. Which one has the brew that is true? I don't know. This, I feel like I should be able to just say her name. Hester. Hester. Robin. Phoebe. This I know is Violet. Easy because of the color, but she struck me as a violet anyway. Edith. Abigail. This is Jane. I believe this is Zara. Yep, Zara. Virginia. Nora. Bonnie. Laura. Pam. Nina. Cindy. Priscilla. And you can see that I made zero effort to like be culturally sensitive here and alter the names. It's all about me and my ability to connect with the cards. So I don't care what culture some of these people might appear to be. They're kind of all the same to me anyway. And I just want to relate them with names like Tammy. And Zena. Jasmine. Frida. Tony. Clarissa. Kelly. Mindy. This was a tough one because she doesn't look real to me, especially with those pokey fingers. But so she's kind of a tough one to relate to in any case. This is Martha. Yeah, I don't even have to look. That's Martha. This funny lady here, I've named her Fanny, which every time I look at her is going to crack me up because that isn't what she looks like. Whoops, there's Fanny. Josie. Kathleen. Opal. Here she is, Lisa. Nothing like any other Lisa I've ever known, but that was the name that kind of came at me. So, well, this is Lisa. Alrighty. Gerda. Whoops. What happened? Got my girls out of whack here. Vicky. Maggie. Connie. Rhonda. Gwen, Penny, Winnie, Sally, Sharon, this is Mary, and Rebecca, Teresa, Melanie, Leslie, Anna, Dorothy, and Sophia. Okie dokie. Those are my weavers, and it's really interesting. So a couple of them where, I was trying to figure out their names, I would just stare into their eyes. And oh my God, these faces, these people, they just like, they come alive when you just stare into their eyes for a little while. Anyway, so I'm happy with how this project is coming along, and so I just decided to share it. That's all there is for now. Probably I stretched it out longer than it needed to be, but this is it. This is the end. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.